Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Jordan from the Tallahassee Orthopedic Clinic, and this is Megan O'Brien, who works with us as well. Today we're going to be talking about rotator cuff rehabilitation. Rehabilitation after rotator cuff surgery takes a long time, oftentimes up to 6 to 9 months. The length of time depends on your overall health and the size of the tear and the condition of your rotator cuff. It's all individualized. We divide the rotator cuff rehabilitation into 4 phases. The first phase is a rest phase, which is about 4 to 6 weeks. And then the next phase starts your exercises. The time that you progress to each phase sequentially depends on how well you do. We're going to go over each phase separately. In the first phase after rotator cuff surgery, you'll be in a sling or a mobilizer. The first phase is the rest phase. We don't want any lifting, reaching, pulling, or grabbing with your arm. You might stress the repair. In a sling, you can do some gentle passive exercise. Passive means you just let gravity move it for you. Lean over, move your arm around a little. Good. You can squeeze ball. You can exercise your hand and wrist. Anything you do to exercise while your elbow is close to your side is really pretty safe. You can slip the sling off to get in the shower. Keep your elbow close to your side. You can straighten your arm. As long as your elbow is next to your side, it's okay. So again, no sudden lifting, reaching, grabbing. Don't put your arm up overhead. Don't try and lift it during this phase. It's really important during the rest phase to keep your arm quiet. You can do simple things such as exercise your hand and wrist. You can type, you can write. Keep your elbow close to your side. Driving's personal. I don't want to try and tell everybody when it's safe to drive, but be in mind that you're impaired and you need to rest and be careful the first 4 to 6 weeks. The second phase of rotator cuff therapy, which normally starts after 4 to 6 weeks, is the range of motion phase. We still don't want to stress the repair, it's still healing, but we want to gain the range of motion. Now, frozen shoulder is a condition that can sometimes affect people after surgery. If trying to regain your range of motion becomes real painful, you become real stiff, don't force it. It could make it worse. Talk to us if you feel this coming on. Frozen shoulder does go away, but not forcing it is really important. One of the first exercises we like to do is called table slides. Put your arm on the table or counter, bend over and let your arm slide forward. As you can see, just sliding forward has elevated your arm. So you just let it slide forward on the table. Don't lift your arm, let it slide forward. I like this exercise better than the old wall walk because the wall walk can be painful and it's hard not to use your rotator cuff muscles when you're lifting your arm against the wall. So table slides or counter slides. Next, using a stick or cane, you can do the same thing. Forward flexion, push your arm up. Relax the operated arm. You want to push it up with the good arm. Try to go all the way. And you can monitor your progress by imagining the hands of a clock. So one day you may get to 3 o'clock, you want to fight to 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Megan's going to show you can go out to the side. Each direction, forward, to the side, and then rotation. Again, this phase for 6 weeks is trying to get better range of motion. You can do the exercises with your elbow by your side that we've talked about earlier, internal, external rotation, rows, elbow extension and flexion, hand extension, but you don't want to lift, reach, or grab during phase 2 of rotator cuff. Still protect the repair. The third phase of rotator cuff rehab is a strengthening phase. I like to divide the strengthening phase into 2 parts. The first part is work with gravity, the second part is against gravity and then adding weights. You have to do it in that order to get good results. The exercise I like the best is called an eccentric scaption, and we're going to show you how to do that. 4 steps. Bend your arm, push it back up. You're pushing your arm up with the other hand. Straighten your elbow, that's 3. Now let it down slowly. We're in the scaption position, which is 45 degrees out. Let's do it again. Bend your arm, push it up, straighten your arm, and then let it down really slow. What I like about this exercise is it prevents the shrug. We see the shrug so often. Show her what a shrug might look like. You try to lift your arm, you shrug it up like that. That's not good. So by doing it this way first, you'll prevent that shrug and protect your rotator cuff. So do it again. Bend, push, straighten, let it down real slow. You can look at our videos on shoulder exercises, you'll get more about these, but this is the first phase. We call it eccentric or working with gravity. When you can get your arm all the way up and you can let it down slowly, you can start to add light weights, 1 to 2 pounds, 5 at the most. After 4 to 6 weeks of this, it's okay to start the final phase. The final phase of strengthening is good old-fashioned strengthening or active exercises. You can put a weight in your arm and go up like this. I'd recommend for most of you to start with no weights. Do scaption up and down really slow. You can do the rows, external rotation, internal rotation, back flies, and orchestra exercises like we discussed on the exercise video. Normally about 2 months of these strengthening exercises, you're getting close to your 6 months after surgery, we can start talking about returning to sports, returning to heavy activities, or doing other things such as that around the house. But that's it. 4 phases: rest, range of motion, strengthening with gravity, and strengthening against gravity. Do them in that order, do them slowly, and call us if you have any questions. Thank you.